I think we go.
Just in time.
Yeah, notwithstanding the fact that I think Holyoke is a great local business, and I certainly recognize their contributions. I do move that we decline the request for water rate reduction received from Dan Zembel.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion? Motion is carried.
You think you want to get through these other, shouldn't take too long.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nothing too controversial in there, I don't think. 7.3, the Platinum Jubilee of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Is this something BDSS is looking at all,
I
or
have no
adult
idea.
learning?
Well, adult learning won't. BDSS may. I don't do grants for, I do grants for lots of
Yes.
people and for our center. But not, that would not fit under
Okay.
the adult learning
Okay.
mandate. It could fit under BDSS though.
There are options for multiple applicants, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the school, for instance, as an educational institution, is eligible for funding.
I know that the chamber has received this email as well.
Yeah, I got it too.
Can you just forward it to groups as information?
I actually, when I received it, I believe Kyle shared it with me, and then I forwarded it to Jackie, Christine, and then also, I think I fronted the front desk there, because they also interact with the Happy Gang.
Yeah.
And actually, I believe I included Elaine Shigrowski with
Oh,
the
yeah.
Happy Gang as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
This sure
Or
would
Legion.
go a long ways for hometown days.
Yeah.
Well, and what an opportunity, right, to represent Coronation Day or any of those other things. So
Yeah.
Beautification bee.
I think it's for events, eh?
No,
Oh,
it does
garden
say,
planting
it does
or-
say tree and
Right,
garden
planting,
planting
Okay.
and other
Plaque
environmental.
and park
initiatives.
dedications. concerts.
rehabilitation of like a park or something. And we just have to thank Old Queenie and Her Royal Majesty for serving for 70 years.
There's the quote. Sorry.
It has to be submitted by the 6th,
It is a quick turnaround.
Yeah,
but,
very quick.
Sixth of what?
This
December,
month.
So next Monday.
3 days, yeah. So if somebody's got time this week.
$5,000 could go a long way for beautification. Though.
3 days.
You have till midnight on.
Well, Brian, what are you doing on Sunday?
Just scribble down, give us some money, throw it in an envelope. So do we just want to accept that as information for now?
I think so.
Happy to make that motion.
Thank you,
Your
Kyle.
Worship.
All in favor? Carried. 7.4, Deputy Director of Emergency Management volunteer offer.
We have Dennis Jones on our fire department. He's come forward offering to be a second Deputy Director of Emergency Management. To date, we didn't have anyone stepping forward to be the Deputy Director of Emergency Management. Therefore, it automatically defaulted to myself. Dennis Jones has extensive experience within the fire department, emergency management, multiple levels of ICS training, and has fire safety codes officer credentials. He's provided a copy of his resume, which I can forward to council members by request. I have it also with me. He's got a lot of accolades and would certainly be a very beneficial individual to have as a Deputy Director of Emergency Management. And I highly anticipate he'd be valuable in connecting us for training and whatnot, or even having the capability to do much of the training too. Which the Alberta Emergency Management Agency as well, often, like most of the training is offered virtually. So there's usually minimal cost to all of it. They do that on purpose and by design. But he certainly could and would be very helpful individuals.
Is he fairly new to town?
He doesn't live right in town. He's in the county, I believe in Panola County.
I move that we accept his offer.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
I just want to ask about cost, if there's any cost associated with adding a DDEM that's not the CAO. That was easy.
Volunteer role.
And it's already.
Yeah.
It's already screened for.
Yeah, he's already in the volunteer fire department.
Yeah.
All in favor of Brian's motion? Carried. 7.5, environmental 360 waste removal contract.
It's our waste removal contract, reviewer renewal. They have provided us good service and Dean, sorry to see in there. Submit their response to questions and administrative contacts. I know they've already reached out to me. We've according to their documents. The agreement scheduled to expire in July. So they're interested in presenting that contract to you, but I just thought I would bring it forward to council. Just in case you wanted to open it up.
I think that I would agree that they give good service, and I don't see any reason why we wouldn't just proceed.
Garbage disappears every Monday. Was that a motion, Jeff?
I can put that.
All in favor? Opposed? Kyle was opposed.
You don't actually have to write.
Because it wasn't a recorded vote.
Exactly.
7.6, municipal library board member changes.
As indicated in the letter here, they have change in their trustees. Kayla Watt and Virginia Weaver are no longer trustees. And there is a new trustee. They would like the council to appoint Amanda Lyle to the Bashaw Library Board effective November 9th for her first 3 digits.
Brian, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Committee reports. I didn't do anything. Deputy Mayor Gust?
Yes, BDSS meeting, November 22nd. They are extremely busy there. They've had a huge increase in business. Couple things, Santa's Anonymous Rap Day is December 21. We are having a 50-50 fundraiser, so make sure you buy your ticket. It's starting in December and ending first part of January. And truly, they are very busy. They run a very tight organization. That's all I have.
Thank you, Brian. Councillor Norton?
I've had no meetings to attend since our last council meeting. I gave my report last one. I think there will be a historical society meeting this month, but there hasn't been one scheduled yet.
Okay. Councillor Orem?
Yeah, so I had my first Bashaw Youth Foundation meeting last Tuesday. The board is absolutely wonderful, eager to get going and get youth back into the center. Obviously, COVID is still keeping a lot of that from happening. And other than that, they are planning, or they are underway with a fundraiser right now. They've got a liquor basket for New Year's Eve. Tickets are $2 a piece, and they are available all over the place. I know board member Kyle has some with him, and I have some at the store to sell if anybody's interested. Tomorrow I have the CALA meeting, and then next Friday on the 10th, the 1221 budget meeting. And then the only other thing that I wanted to bring up is there is the parade that the chamber is hosting this Saturday on the 4th. Bashaw Farm and Building Supplies and me as a chamber member, I'm representing both of them, putting in a float. Is anybody else interested at all in putting something in, or would you just prefer I take the magnets and put them on the side of our truck?
I'm available.
In the past, council basically took the foreman's truck and then we have some banners that we use magnets to put on the side of the truck. And then we would put some lights, and I think there was inflatable Christmas something or others.
Okay.
And they would connect it to an inverter, and
Oh, yeah, okay.
so.
And when is this?
Saturday.
Yep, Saturday, the parade's at 4 o'clock. We're meeting in the arena parking lot at between 3 and 3:30.
Okay. I'll work on getting some
So
together.
if you, like, I know in the past, council connected with Public Works, usually Friday afternoon at some point in time after 3 or whichever, to kind of help put together decorating if you needed it. Or. Ta-da!
Yay!
Do you have
Forgot about
stuff
that
to
part.
decorate?
I think so.
Okay, because I was gonna say, if not,
Yeah,
we might have some
there,
extra
like I
stuff.
say, I do recall that they had a couple of smaller blow up. You can put your reindeer on if you
Well,
want.
I was just thinking that if you get a chance to drive by my house, like, oh, like, the power bill is gonna be outrageous.
Thank you for your contribution to the franchise fee.
It's supposed to be a high of -3 on Saturday, so we'll have to dress real heavy and people won't ask, well, when did the town get that second inflatable?
Well, so we are using the same parade route we used for hometown days, so it's gonna do a pretty significant loop around town. So I definitely
Just warm anyway.
either dress warm to sit in the box of the truck, or dress, to sit in the front
Well,
seat of the
I
truck
think
and
past
drive it.
council members would sit in the cab or whatever.
I'm tougher than them. I can sit in the box.
And
Stand in the box.
I guess the other part is candy, or are you guys doing candy in this one as well, or?
I'm not, just because the conditions are a little slippery right now, and
Yeah,
also if you throw candy canes, they shatter.
true.
Christmas oranges.
That's a run by fruit.
Oh dear.
I'm sure they work at a potato gun.
I can also, I guess at the close of the meeting, we can get you Patrick's Public Works number. And stuff if you don't have.
Thank you for that, Bob. And other than that, that's all I have.
Councillor McIntosh.
I have received information from the CAO on getting set up for training for emergency alerts. I'm just in the middle of booking those dates and filling out the paperwork, as is our foreman, I'm sure. So that is excellent. In my other role as my other job, I will just plug the Festival of Lights this
yes.
weekend for anyone that can attend. My class designed a tree and has done that, so that will be available for purchase or raffle, as well, I believe, another 15 trees. So I just extend the invitation to council and staff to participate Friday, Saturday, or Sunday in visiting the Festival of Trees, or perhaps bidding or buying raffle tickets for that.
At the eggs.
At
Or,
the
egg
grounds, you
yeah.
betcha. That would be my report.
My daughter always says we need more Christmas trees in our house. She doesn't.
Now you can get 60.
Yeah, puts 3 up every day. Every
Well,
year.
I guess there's one that's covered in tools, so.
Garage tree. Patrick.
Okay. Well, we'll start with parks, I guess. We sent out 3 more picnic tables to get repainted, so that gives us 13. Streets, so we put up a lot of snow fence to try to divert some of the snow, but yeah, we ended up having to take a good section of it down because people were just running through it and just destroying it. So it was costing a lot of money and time that we don't have to maintain it. So I took it all up. You know, it changes now with the weather being the way it is. We're out sanding more often and trying to keep the roads as safe as possible. And this year with the Christmas decorations, upon request, I mixed it up a little bit. Right?
It looks great.
I had
fantastic.
several people ask me, so I hope they're happy.
Peer pressure.
So it's good, right?
Yeah,
It's the small
absolutely.
things that make it.
Yeah. Training went well with the front end loader and Bobcat. We're now certified, recertified to operate those pieces of equipment. And we had a good turnout. It was a lot of fun. We did have a few repairs on the loader. Lift station 1, I talked to the guy last week. They kind of forgot about us. And so once he dug us out of the junk mail, we're now back on schedule to get that one done. 4 new meters were installed and we've come up with a good plan. We send out notices to people requesting they do a call in, give us their contact info so I can start scheduling a little better than just knocking on the door. So hopefully over the next few weeks we can get a little bit more movement on getting those meters done. And we did a little bit of training, well, updated training with the new service. So we're all on board now. We had I guess a little incident a few weeks or 3 weeks ago at the arena, and so a little bit of time had to go into reconditioning the ice because it kind of got a little low in places. It got chewed up pretty bad, so we had to spend a little bit more time than I'd like in there, but I think we got it under control now.
How's our arena staffing doing now?
You know, Lindy is phenomenal. She's doing really well, and she's actually training somebody right now, Stephanie. I think it's her name. So she's going to be our casual, and yeah, it's going to go well.
Well, and we have 1 volunteer as well through Bashaw Minor Hockey. Jack has stepped forward and has done some training as well.
Excellent.
So,
And we put up some advertising today.
oh, yes.
So
Nice.
Yep.
that's all I have.
Excellent. Teresa.
Action list items from the previous meeting, just generating that approval letter for the subdivision. And then outstanding from the previous meeting, generating the council schedule for the IDP, intermunicipal development plan, the municipal development plan, the intermunicipal collaboration framework, and the strategic plan. I figured rather than, well, I'd elaborate on what the acronyms are. Test next time.
Thank you.
And those are to be booked in the new year. And emergency preparedness, the contact list still needs to be updated. And then just setting up the online access for elected officials. And then our flush truck, I am just wanting to get the data, the year-end data on how many hours everybody used it. Did any of the other communities use it? Because we prorate out a bill to them as well, so that we'll have the data, kind of chat with council to find out what is the frequency, how often do you use it, and that kind of thing. And activities, just working a lot on budget. I have Natasha to thank for, prodding me along and stuff. And so, yeah, we've typically been spending at least an hour at a time, kind of to just keep chipping away at it. And our auditor popped in on November 22nd to their preliminary audit. And then as well, a conference call on November 25th. And arena scheduling and human resource follow-up is starting to lighten up a little bit. Various walking, phone inquiries, meeting follow-up, and staff support. And as mentioned, this weekend was a particularly challenging weekend. We basically didn't have any staff available. So we've kind of done a blend where Sunday was basically one game and a volunteer was going to cover it. And then Saturday, it's kind of looking like we'll have one of our staff step up to cover the day. And Modern Hockey has informed me that they're willing to pay the first hour, because like we typically open an hour before any game. So the first booking, let's say for example, if it starts at 10:30, we open up the arena by 9:30. So we only typically bill that from 10:30. So they've allowed us to bill for that extra hour and then the extra half hour. So just to kind of offset, because using I guess staff that have been around a while presents a little bit of a higher cost for operating versus some of our regular staff, and that being the regular hours. We continue to have a public works staff absent. We're uncertain of their return date, and administratively we're working. We got an ad out for the municipal treasurer's maternity leave, and advertisements have been circulated. Our closing date is December 15th.
Have you gotten applicants?
It's pretty slow right now,
Oh, okay,
but we'll see. I guess time will tell.
for sure.
Thank you, Teresa. Could I have a motion to accept these? Thank you, Cindy.
I haven't done one tonight.
All in
Gotta
favor?
get in the minutes.
Carried. Correspondence, the Alberta Justice and Solicitor General. I think that one we need to look at a little more.
Most definitely.
Virtual and in-person engagement sessions between January and March. Do we know
Dates.
where and when yet?
There is a list in the email we received, and you can click through and access. There are opportunities in Stettler, Camrose, Pinoka, and virtually. So that was exciting that in our area anyway, there's a lot of options for us.
Okay. I think it'll be important for one or many of us to attend those meetings.
I would certainly like to. My concern is, of course, their engagement, because they're employing staff. It's always during daytime hours where one or many of us are working. So that's I find it interesting that there wasn't an evening option booked for online.
Is the virtual also during the day?
Also during working hours. So that was a little disappointing, to say the least, that if they're looking to consult with elected officials, we're not all full-time with the minister.
Well, I'm not sure how many letters they need to receive. They know that nobody's in favor of this.
Yeah,
Sorry if I'm out of line.
we got CC'd on so many of those letters, like dozens upon dozens of letters.
So why are they still pursuing it?
Because Premier Kenny doesn't like Prime Minister Trudeau.
That ain't my problem.
No. Meet him in the playground after school then.
We're not allowed to do that anymore, Rob.
Oh, I should have shut the recording off.
Don't want to accept this as information, so. but I guess we have to.
Yep.
I move that we accept Minister Maydew's correspondence as information.
You could do all these at once.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll wait that.
The old fire hall.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, is it suggesting that it's not, like, it says we still have a provincial historic resource, but it's removing a registered historic resource, so what's the difference?
Yeah, I was confused about that.
It's a change in process.
They're just
Is
not
that
keeping
all?
track of them anymore.
Basically, they're saying that it's still a, you know,
That's historic facility.
it's a historic facility, but their interest per se, like, I guess it's kind of a mixed thing where it just,
Like they're
it
taking-
says for results to amendments made to the Historical Resources Act through which the registered historic resource category of historic designation.
Oh, they
was
just
eliminated.
eliminated that category, that's why.
Yeah.
So I
If
think.
you want to change it,
ideally-
you still have to ask us, but we're not going to actually keep track
Or
of
they're
it
taking it
anymore.
off the title, but it still is
A provincial.
a
resource,
provincial.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess I would understand that we're still obligated to consult them if
Yeah.
we make any changes to the building,
Yep,
Yeah.
they are.
My
but
understanding,
there are no money.
yeah, my understanding is the provincial
there is money.
designation was already superseded the other one. So it was almost redundant is how I
It
understood it.
changes nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, that's.
Although I was going to ask when we became a village.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
It happens from time to time.
All right.
Well, we were a village before we were a town. Sorry, I failed a math test on what year was it that we became a town?
1911, isn't it? Is that
11 was when we
village?
became a village. We're incorporated in 10, became a village in 11, became a
Yeah.
town, and
have
I
the
want to say
corporate status
22.
on the wall, so I have to.
When do you think it was town?
22, I think.
Oh, maybe.
So it's only been 100 years that they've,
Yeah,
all right,
by the 101, they'll get it right.
perfect.
Funny, they never call us a city by mistake.
You are an optimist.
Always look on the bright side, bro.
And we got a letter from Gitzel and Company about the impending
Sorry,
audit.
engagement letter.
Mhm.
I believe that was pretty routine. I move to accept correspondence.
Thank you, Kyle. All in favor? Carried.
I'm going to excuse myself for the closed meeting of council, but I did want to ask a question. When we get these presentations, I know we accept them for information. Do they go on to an agenda later? Is that what happens?
The presentation by our delegates, if that's what council would prefer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So right now, we accept it as information.
Yeah.
And then I guess I can put it on the next meeting agenda. So that we can have a discussion about it.
Right.
And then I guess ideally, or in the past,
Yeah.
we discussed it in closed session so that we can speak freely, about it and possibly come up with new alternatives.
Okay. Okay, I just was curious because I know we accept it for information, but I didn't know at what time the process actually happens. Thank you. I guess I just need to-
So
One more time.
what's your number?
You can reach me at 403-831.
Actually, why don't you do the public works?
Okay, 780-781-4716.
What, you don't remember?
No.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah,
I would sorry, she was gonna do all that.
so yeah, tomorrow I'll dig up what we have, I guess. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yeah.
You're waiting on a motion.
I am.
Well,
I'm gonna,
I move we enter
No, you
closed
can't do that till I
meeting.
leave. Give me 2 seconds, please.
She's kicking out the meeting, I have to.
Okay, well, this is. That's tomorrow, right? Yep, that works. Anytime in the morning works, actually. Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Jackie.
See you.
Yeah.
I move we enter closed meeting of council at 7:35 PM.
All in favor?